Hey everyone, welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am the fifth girl to join the cast of Kanojo Okarishimasu, Rubidu.
And I'm that witch who just wants to make a contract with you, Soberoni.
Welcome back to the G&A podcast where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. How are you doing, Oni?
I'm doing very well because I'm hyped for Genshin Impact, which is coming out in about an hour of this recording. So yes.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think I've been drinking enough water, which is why I was kind of like tired today. I forgot which anime I was watching. I think it was like Total no Railgun. I actually almost like knocked down the middle of the
What?
episode.
It was such a good episode. I can't believe you.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I was that tired. Well, despite my feelings about Total no Railgun, I don't think it was to the point where I should have been falling asleep. So, but it's okay. I got my tea, I got my water, I got my liquids, so we are all ready to go.
Cool.
Yes. So, with that being said, let's start with our first segment, our new segment this week in anime. I think I'll just let Oni go ahead first, if you don't mind.
Yes, so for my news this week, we've got a slew of second and third season announcements. Praise the heavens, because we are getting a second season of Rental Girlfriend, a second season of Uzaki-chan, and a third season of Fruits Baskets. It's rare that a good anime gets a second season, so...
Not gonna lie, Uzaki, I almost don't believe Uzaki. Like, I am shocked that one.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty popular, so I'm happy, you know? I'm very happy.
You know, popularity has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. But still, it's marketable. They still got that Conan money for the episode they did.
Yes.
The case closed money.
Yes, the episode I've just apparently just raked in billions of dollars.
Hey, if I had to sit through one bad episode just to get a second season, it's worth.
It is, really and truly. But yeah, that is good. I can't wait to watch all of these shows. Next year, probably all going to be coming out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all next year.
Yep. So that is that, and my little bit of news. Excuse me. For all you FGO fashionistas, we have yet another item that you may or may not want to procure. I'm trying to see the store that's selling it.
It's probably some other Japanese only store.
It's not. That's why you're wrong. It's not. I mean, it is a Japanese store. It is from the people at Cospa, COSPA, are selling bags designed after Masha's shield and after Gil's stone tablet.
I like the Mosh Shield one better, actually.
Me too. I kind of want to buy it, actually.
I do. I hope they have that like Uniqlo or something. The random anime stuff that they have there.
Right. Yeah, I would agree, because while I would kind of want this bag, I don't want it for these prices.
What are the prices? Probably like $60.
It's 100.
Don't worry, we'll see them at the next convention. I'm sure it'll be twice the price.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. It's approximately 85. It's 9,000 yen, but that does not include. But that does not include tax
and
shipping. Exactly. So, like I said, 100.
Yeah, maybe over 100, because shipping, if you're getting it from Japan, is gonna be expensive.
Exactly. I'm like, it looks cute. I would, take it. It looks like a cute day bag I want to do if I want to hang out with my weed friends and like do something really cute. Exactly. But alas, that is not in the cards for me. Not at these prices.
Pass.
A hard pass. Maybe, yes, as Oni said, maybe at next Anime NYC. All right. So, well, actually, let me know if anyone in the comments is planning on getting one. Hurdy-durdy-dur.
Send us pics.
If you do.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
Turt's got the watch from the Irish Kegel watch. He posted pictures in the Discord. It's awesome.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. That sounds like it looks nice.
It's a really expensive like watch that has Erich Kiegel's design.
Oh well, it must be nice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I have to choose between that or eating. But yeah, so cute, quick, fun news stories for everyone. Now let's move in to the good, meaty, nitty gritty of our weekly reviews.
Yes.
Starting off with with the ReZero season 2 episode 12.
Yes, this episode. The witches are bad, guys. Did you know the Witch of Greed may actually possibly be pretty selfish in her actions?
The Witch of Greed?
The Witch of Greed, yeah, I know. It's shocking.
One.
I couldn't see it coming either, but you know what? Thank God we have a genius like Subaru to lay out the evidence in front of us and come to a good, sound conclusion.
He's so fucking stupid.
I like that he was going to jump into a contract with her without even asking about it. She was just like, oh yeah, just jump to a contract with me. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's jump to a contract. Yeah. Sounds cool to me.
Yeah. I feel like he's like one of the viewers who watches this show who would like. I feel like people who watch this would have been like, "Oh, well, she's a hot waifu, so of course I can get a contract."
I feel like that's a stab at me, but okay.
That was because you would.
No, I'm loyal to Rem. Thank you.
Okay.
Plus, she's not even the hottest witch. All right.
True, but yeah. But she's up there in terms of personality.
She is. Well, she was. Her personality kind of took like a left turn. She kind of went. I mean, she's still cute and everything. She took the yandere pill and kind of just went fucking super crazy.
I wouldn't say it's yandere. I think for her, she's just like. It's not so much "I love you." It's more like holy shit, like
crazy.
The curse that you have is so crazy that it'd be a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to be able to experience this.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm Witch of Greed, I want that experience because I want everything because I'm greedy.
Mm-hmm.
So let me have it. It has nothing to do with her liking him at all.
True, but she's still fucking crazy and is obsessive over him, so I will default to that. I think there's a word for this. It might be Yangire or something. Or Youngide? Youngide?
Okay, I guess she's... Is it Y-O-N or Youngire?
No, Yan. Y-A-N-G-I-R-E. Yeah.
Yan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like being obsessed with something, but not in a romantic way, but still being fucking crazy. Yandere without the love.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no. So she lost some points in my book for that.
I mean, just listen. You know me. If they're cool, especially if they're hot. Not that I'm saying she's hot. I don't know. It depends on how bad it is.
I like how we're deliberating.
This isn't enough to make me dislike her.
Eternity anymore. Of torture, or but she's cute.
I already knew she was evil when I started with her. I already knew she's not good. I am not as stupid like Subaru. I totally knew that the foot was going to drop on the other foot. You see her devious smile literally from like frame 1. Does that look like a smile?
Listen, I had no doubt that she was bad and evil to some extent, but I'm still upset that they did my girl dirty like this.
Who, Rem?
No, Echidna, by making her so crazy that it's like, oh, okay, so there's no... I was hoping that she would be, clearly evil, but evil to the point where Subaru can still work with her, and, like, they can have similar goals and stuff, but I feel like this episode just took it to the point where it's just like, oh, no, she's just gonna be, like, an antagonist now, and Subaru's gonna have to beat her, which means she's not gonna have screen time.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, that's my problem.
That's your big That's your big gripe.
Yes.
Not her personality per se, but she just won't be on screen.
She won't be on screen anymore.
You poor thing.
Watch her die next episode.
Yeah, so Tella kills her again. But speaking of girls that you do like, Rem was actually not there.
She was in spirit, kind of.
Not really.
Yes, I'm trying to make myself feel better that Rem was not in this season at all.
Yeah. That's so interesting. That Lust's power, like, she summons whoever you really want to see, and the hallucination is so powerful to the point where you can't really, like, she could be saying something completely different, and you'll just hear whoever you're thinking of would normally say.
Yeah, I like all the witches and their powers and their personalities, that how they really reflect their sin or whatever. Like, it's really it's a really interesting dynamic that they have. I wish they kind of explored it a bit more. You know,
except for Pride. Pride is a little meh.
Yeah, which one was Pride again? Is it the
lolly with the flower?
What? No, I love her. Sorry, Drew, you're on your own in this one.
No, well, of course. Oh, wow, he stands for the lolly. Wow, big cock.
Yes, I do.
She didn't really do anything except break Subaru into pieces.
I mean, I like that she's so destructive, and she, like, without even knowing.
You're all self-destructive. Hello? You're all self-destructive.
She's destructive in a cute way.
Okay, just say you're a lolicon and go.
I will. I'm a lolicon, and I stand for Pride.
Anyways, like I said, nothing really interesting about Pride's powers except.
You wouldn't say that to her face. She'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, I would not. You're right. I like
her powers will be interesting when she breaks you to pieces.
Exactly. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't be dumb like Subaru. I wouldn't touch her or look at her or do anything else that Echidna told me, to not do. To be fair. And then at the beginning of the episode, something that was very interesting, we got to see all the timelines where he died.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like the way that they showed the reactions of of his friends and stuff, because it's kind of like, when you think about it, when Subaru just offs himself, that must be a really awkward situation for everyone around him, because he just seemingly killed himself for no fucking reason. Like that one scene, the first scene where he's like, "Oh no, Rem is dead. Take my piece of glass and slit my throat." And then Amelia and everyone else is just like, "What?"
Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Why did I like that?
Seems like a rather extreme reaction.
I actually kind of felt bad for Amelia. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. It makes me think that. Well, no, I'm gonna hold off on my theory crafting for now. I want to see more. I'll leave it for next week. I think there's one more episode left, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one more episode.
So yeah, I'll save my theory crafting for next week.
Okay. I think that basically covers up 3-0. Let's move on.
Yay!
Yes, you do have to celebrate because it is the last episode.
It's over.
Oregairu Season 3, Episode 12, the last episode. Yeah, it's a great reason to celebrate. You never have to watch this anime ever again.
Until Season 4, baby.
Nope, I just won't do it. I will not do it.
The remake.
Not the remake.
Yeah, so this episode just kind of solidified for me my issues. First off, I'm upset because they wait until after the whole thing with last episode to do the date with Yukino. This episode, in the beginning of this episode, like, they actually had good chemistry and stuff in the date this episode. But the problem is they should have done that. They should have done that.
I don't believe it.
A season ago. Yeah.
I'm like, who this Yukino girl?
And she's way out of.
I don't know her.
Oh,
maybe
she has a personality now.
Yeah, right. She's cute and has personality, and she kind of reminds me of season 1 Yukino.
Yeah,
kind of.
I thought she was lost in the void or something.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like this. It just feels very disconnected for me. I was like, okay, this is a nice episode to wrap things up nicely.
Yeah,
which was fine. Because, well, it was fine because of all the other characters.
Yeah, and this whole show just feels disjointed to me because it's just like, especially with Yukino, with her different personalities and whatever, but just like suddenly all the other characters show up again, and I'm just like, oh yes, these characters that we didn't bother explaining or talking to for the past 2 seasons, right? Yes, again, they're here.
My problem with Yukino is that, like, I feel like I get it because I guess someone can make an argument that Yukino's, like, supposed to change throughout the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, even so, first of all, there's no change that justified literally anything from the past to, like, this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we got there where she's being all cute and bubbly on her date. But even if that's the case, I still don't buy it because she's the only one who does change. Everyone else basically remains like consistently. They are the same throughout the whole. Just different scenarios pop up, and yes, there's like some growth between the characters, but they're more or less like like, you know what I mean? It's not a radical switch in personality like I've been viewing with Yukino. Like Yukino at first, she's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of like standoffish, but like, you know, I make cute quips. Season 2, I'm just standoffish and upset all the time. And then season 3, all right, I'm a lot softer, still very much standoffish.
Yeah, I really wish they just gave more screen time to Yukino in season 2 and 3 that justified the ending. But also, is it just me or did they, like, what's the status of her mom? Did they ever resolve anything? I mean, like,
I don't care.
Like, they didn't really do anything.
You know, when I saw them at the prom thing, I would live my first thought. I think I said it out loud. I was like, "Go away, go away." They really did not do the mom and sister thing right.
No, not at all.
Like maybe in some. No, even the mom is just weird. It's weird for reasons, but then the sister is just like it's weird. It's just all weird. It just felt really weird, and her sister's involvement in her life is like problematic at worst and inappropriate at best. And there's nothing that they did in the anime to justify why she was all up in their life. That always
there's no justification for a lot of things in this anime. It feels like a very shallow attempt at drama and romance. Like it had something going in season 1 where it was like a balance of comedy with some drama and some romance. But then it was like, then season 2 and 3 was like, all right, we're gonna go full tilt into drama and romance, but we're not gonna do any effort into like building any kind of substance here. We're just gonna do all the shallow level base.
Yes, we're just going
harem romance stuff.
Kuzuno Honkai for like a whole season.
Like ugh, and then
even less fun because it's like. It's building off of season 1, which was actually good. So then it actually sucks. So
because all the characters are already good, and then you just kind of watered them down.
At least Honkai, it was fun because everyone's shit and they're all hooking up with each other, and it's like a mess.
But this is good. This is worse because you take good characters who are already established, and you were like, oh, let's just water them down into generic romance protags and drama stuff, and then to top it off, like they try to tackle these really heavy themes like codependence and stuff, and the nature of being alone and genuine companionship.
High schoolers.
Yes, with really low stakes and stuff. It's like really awkward. But somebody brought this up in the comments from last week's podcast. Let me give him credit. I think Harold, where he says it's funny that they talked about codependence so much in Oregairu and they try to make it like a theme, yet the codependence thing is handled way better in ReZero. And it's like not even a major theme. Like the codependence that Rosewall tries to set Amelia up to depend on Subaru so much. Like exactly. That's a better example of codependence and toxic relationships than anything Oregairu did in the 3 seasons that they've been trying to build this whole thing, which show how shallow everything feels in the show. All the drama. And Fruits Basket, oh my god, if you compare this to Fruits Basket in terms of romance and drama. Like, yeah.
Actually not. There's actually no comparison.
Yeah. So, I don't know. This show had so much potential in season 1, and then season 2 kind of dropped the ball, and season 3 was like, well, the ball's been dropped, so let's just keep kicking it.
Yeah, I mean, I did like season 3 a lot more than season
Yes,
2.
it
Despite
was
everything I'm
better.
saying,
It was better.
I'm just dragging this whole series as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, but season 3 by itself, I say season 3, it started off fine, got a little, and towards the middle slash end,
Mm-hmm.
and then the episode I don't want to think of where they just said screw our whole plot. And then this last episode, which I said, yes, I didn't like that all of a sudden they were like a couple, and it's worse because everyone knows it's a thing, but no one's really speaking about
Yeah.
it, which makes it even more awkward for me. It's like you guys can't even properly be a couple, which in my mind further just shows that these two, just from what I've seen in the anime, should not be together because it's like their date was them looking for a place to hold prom, like that.
Yeah.
Like
It's like unsatisfying across the board. Everything is unsatisfying for everybody involved in this show. We don't even get a proper romance with the girl who didn't deserve to win. Then we get no resolution with any other characters. Yui, I don't know what the fuck. I guess she's gonna have a whole coalition trying to get her to steal back.
that was funny though. That was. Admit.
Listen, if they want to do another season where they're in college and it's all about Yui trying to steal Hachiman away from Yukino, I'm down for that.
I would actually watch that.
Yeah, because then it would be more dramatic. See, that's a good source of drama right there. You should have led with that. Maybe it would have been a better show.
Exactly. But yeah, no, there were some good moments. Like I said, all the interactions between Iroha, Komachi, and Yui, really funny. So like a little standoff that Iroha and Komachi had at first. Like that was some really good back and forth. The final scene with the teacher, that was a nice send off.
Yeah, I will say that the only scene I think is worthy of having like a character get a full arc and resolution is that teacher scene. That was the closest thing we've got to that. Yeah, she like saw her pupil, better himself and whatnot. So hey, teacher got her character arc.
At the point where she read his lot, like what was on the career sheet thing that they shared back to him from episode 1. So I was like, that was very full circle.
Yeah, very good job with the teacher there. Maybe she should have won.
Yikes. I know they keep putting it there too. They're like, oh, maybe with them, maybe not. And I'm like, please don't. Please don't. Like, it's bad enough that he's dating Yukino.
Yeah. And to make it clear, I don't hate Yukino. Like, if it was the same level of interesting character from season 1, I would have no problem with Yukino winning. It's just that she doesn't feel like she did anything to deserve it, nor did her character need the victory anyway.
I really feel like they could have had that little fun date thing. They could have done that as friends.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing in their relationship that struck me as like, oh yeah, they were, other than anime logic of, oh, she's the main girl, so she has to win.
Yeah, exactly.
But just speaking from like a pure outsider perspective, nothing in their relationship strikes me as like, oh yes, they have clearly good romantic chemistry with each other and are really into each other.
Yeah. All right, I have nothing really much more to say. Do you want to get on with the scores?
Yes. Are we giving the score to just this season or the series as a whole?
Oh, we could just. Do you want to do both? I haven't thought about the series. I know. I knew I was going to give it as a season. It's up to you.
Let's do both, I guess.
Ooh, Chile. Okay, let's start with the season before we do the series. So for me, I gave this one a 6.5. I would have given it a 7.5, but I literally knocked the whole point off just for the pairing. That and alone, because it just made no fucking sense. Like, yeah. Yeah, basically it.
To me, this felt like a very generic romance story. Like, just this season, if I was just looking at this, it feels like a very generic romance story that had some genuinely interesting moments. So I think I'd give it a 6.5 as well. Yeah, it was just nothing amazing, but it wasn't like horrendous either. You know what I mean? Still a little bit above average.
Mm-hmm.
What about the series?
A 5.
A 5. Ooh, you generous.
A 5. A 5. Like I said, season 1, good.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3, season 2, like, like that. Yes, it left such a bad taste in my mouth. I couldn't. Like, it was just. But season 1 was so decent. Like, I don't know. Season 3 had some really decent moments, which is why I was gonna give it 7.5 if it wasn't for the pairing. But as a whole, because they just made, from season 2 on, they just made such bad decisions that just end up making the whole series feel very like, yeah, I think a 5 is an appropriate one. Like, a 5 gives, I'm giving my flowers to all of season 1 and to like the pretty good, like some good moments in season 3 that really actually made me enjoy it. There were episodes where I truly was just like, oh my god, yes, this is really amazing. Probably because it doesn't have Yukino in it, but this episode is amazing, or this moment's amazing. Like moments like with Yui, with Komachi, with it, literally everyone but. That's what makes me give it a 5. That fact that not everyone is Yukino. Everyone else is a different character, and they're all relatively like interact with each other in a very fun way. That makes me enjoy the show, especially when not being all drama.
I won't disagree with you. I agree with all of that. However, my position on it is that, and it's going to sound harsh, but this gets a 4 from me for the series.
Okay.
The reason being, with dramas and romances, I think these are like the only 2 genres where like the ending matters way more than everything else does. Because if you're doing like a comedy, you can have like the last couple episodes be shitty, but if everything else is good, everybody's just gonna remember the good parts and be like, oh, whatever, who cares for the last one? If you're doing an action show, everybody's just gonna remember the good action fights. It doesn't matter if the end is shitty. With a drama and a romance, everything in the show builds to the ending. So if the ending is garbage, then what's the point of everything else in the series? So that, combined with the fact that season 1 was so tremendously good, I think I gave it like a 9, because it was so good at like building up the characters and making them feel real and having them actually express emotions, including drama. And then for it to just fall so hard from that, tough love. I'm giving it a 4. I mean, there's gonna be some people out there who are gonna like love it, I guess, but for me, it just fell.
I mean, I feel like only someone who,
the potential is just so great.
I can't even say someone who likes drama will probably just like season 2, because I like drama. Like, as someone who loves Kuzuno Honkai for, well, reasons. It's like, damn, I have to look at this, and I was like, oof.
Like, yeah, it's a generic romance drama, which should be a 5, but because it had so much potential to be so much better than a 5, I took off an extra point. You know? It'd be like if the next season of Bunny Girl Senpai was fucking horrible. Imagine.
Oh my god. Oh, please don't. Don't put that out into the air.
I won't.
I can only take so much heartbreak. You know?
Yes, but go watch Bunny Girl Senpai if you guys want a high school drama romance done right. You know?
Absolutely. Yes, this doesn't feel like a failed version of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, I plugged it. 100%. I plugged it, Savior. I plugged it for you. There you go.
Yes, so rest in peace, Oregairu. Let's hope no one disturbs your grave ever again. Also, by the way, they're coming out with a game.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that. I did have that open as news, but I forgot about it. Probably, like, my brain wanted me to forget about it.
I did also hear there's a visual novel that you can do the different routes, and all the girls have their own routes. So you can play that.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like, wait. I was like, wait, I have to play through all this shitty dialogue again?
Yeah, I'm about to watch a Let's Play on YouTube.
Nah, you got me fucked up. I mean, I probably might be better.
It definitely would be better. I'm watching the UE route.
I want to watch the Yukino route. Maybe I feel like this time they'll give her like actual character.
Maybe.
Yes. now that we have slammed the tombstone upon Oregairu's freshly warm corpse, let's move on to Fire Force Season 2, Episode 13. My God, that was a really dark.
I was gonna say that's a really nice metaphor you just threw there.
I was like freshly warm. What? I guess I was saying it.
Very vivid in my imagination.
Yep. Anyways, this episode. Oh, taking up warm.
Yeah, this was a warm episode.
So basically, as I had a feeling they would. It's almost a little bit disappointing that he got cuffed.
Again, they did this earlier in the season too.
Yeah. They're like, hi, I'm going here to stop you. And we're like, are we all about to fight? And he's like, no, I'm actually on your side.
I did like it, find it funny where they were about to fight and then Benimaru just shows up and you're like, oh, Benimaru, oh, never mind, we're not fighting.
Benimaru's like, oh, Benimaru? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. We don't got no problems.
He's like, I'm not trying to get all that work.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
My apologies for thinking the captain was a bad man. Apparently he's on the side of righteousness.
Yep. So you find out that in this episode, unless they said it, I'm not sure they said it before, but Joker and Burns both had the Adola link at the same time, which is why they both lost an eye.
Yeah, I felt so stupid because I never made that connection. They both have an eye patch. I'm like, holy shit, they both have one eye midway through this episode.
Oh, I mean, I low-key just assumed, Fire Force aesthetic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's such a, I'm sure people have noticed it, but for me, it was just such an in-your-face thing that it just kind of flew over my head. I'm like, oh yes, Joker has an eye patch, right? I forgot.
Yeah. Well, this episode was very much like, here is plot. So we basically find out that what are their names again? The
Evangelists?
The Evangelists are actually low-key controlling the church. Well, not low-key controlling it, but like they started the church themselves.
Yeah, to advance their agenda.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was kind of like, I like how they were theorizing like, oh, this may have been the Evangelists because they could change faces and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and then they just did like a hard cut to the Evangelist headquarters, and the guy was just like, yes, I've done it. I infiltrated them.
I was like, why?
Like, okay, that's random, and then just cut back to the other guy.
They're like, yes, this thing that we may have been form crafting, you're correct. Like,
yes, you are right, Mr. Buns.
I am evil, and it was
back to you guys. It was like
right.
It was a really cartoony moment.
It was. I think they could have let the secret,
linger a bit longer or something.
That's for like an episode or two.
Yeah.
Not immediately just. Yeah, that's the one thing I never understood about Fire Force. So at least for this season, they're really just like, here's everything you need to know about the whole history about this world and everything. We're just giving it to you all at once. Just take it all. No mysteries.
I mean, I'm not complaining too much because I actually really like the lore for this show so far.
I know, it was good though. I did enjoy what I was told. Yes. So the person who found the Church of Soul was probably, his name was Raffles the First.
Yes.
Raffles the First.
My favorite chips.
Was an imposter. The original Raffles was probably murdered, and this guy took his place and set up the church and was like, hey, be a church. And then that was that. Even though, and they've been doing this for 250 years, so that's like a long time.
Very long time to keep up a farce of a religion. I did like that they were like, oh, well, we could take this religion down, and then Burns was like, nah, to the religion's too like ingrained in the people we call it like mass panic and stuff. So I like that there's a very big social element to all of the enemies in the show. Like all the antagonists have their fingers in like the very social structure of society. It's a very interesting enemy to set up.
Yeah. Also, they also brought the point that they're like they could have just, started the church, but then not really had much. Like, they could be being manipulated without even, like, no one in the church potentially knows what's going on with the evangelist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's like the perfect cover.
Exactly. Like, no one would, like, it's not like, oh, they're evil people in the church. It's like, no, church isn't evil per se. It's just they were just started by evil people.
Mm-hmm.
However, who is just bluntly evil, who's definitely connected to into the evangelist is Hajima Corporation, aka Walmart, aka Amazon.
I feel like there's a very subtle social commentary going on.
Not so subtle.
Yeah, so super subtle.
Like, damn, they knew what they were doing the moment they were like, oh yeah, this is a company that like employs like 70% of the population.
Yeah, I'm like, did you lift these stats literally from like Walmart's website or something? Or Amazon.com?
Exactly. Like, yikes. So, yeah, and then the industry, they really don't hide it, because by the end of the episode, they're like, yes, let's try to abduct Shinra and kill, what's his face? Kill Licht?
Yes, Licht.
Yeah, kill Licht, because he spoke the truth in a report, which we're going to bury, and then kill him.
I really did like I like this upcoming arc, like the setup they have going for this arc, though. I'm curious to see how they choose to infiltrate the corporations or whatnot. I did like their little roundtable talk that they had with Shinra and everybody, and Arthur being like, "Wait, am I a suspect too?"
Oh my god, Arthur's so stupid. I love
Arthur. Oh yeah, and Lisa showed up. Lisa's back. Yay!
Oh yeah, Lisa is back. You're right.
So, this is going to be a very interesting arc, I think they're leading up towards. Hopefully we get to see more Joker. Maybe we'll get to see Licht actually. I don't think he can fight, but he'll probably do some like mad scientist 500 IQ shit at some point, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you thought you would kill me, but...
He'll just be smart enough to be like, hey, they're probably going to kill me, guys, so... ...
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know.
Alright. Yep, let us move on to The God of High School, episode 12.
Speaking of things I want to know, what the fuck happened in this whole series?
That's a very good question.
Can someone explain anything that is fucking going on? When I saw the dude that's like an alchemist just like start shooting meteorites and shit, I'm like, all right.
You mean Speedwagon?
Yeah, literally JoJo.
Speedwagon / Dumbledore was really mad that Harry Potter died, so he took a giant wedge or something, tried to slamming it into the shield that God put up, and then he took all the nukes and then crafted them into Mount Rushmore, and then hurled it at the nail to like hammer it in, and then everything was destroyed. The sad part is, all you who watch the episode know exactly what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, this was a shit show. I mean, like, listen, I remember I say this every time versus like getting No Guardian with a budget, and it's more true each and every time.
Yeah. Yup.
Because this just feels like something that people, like, you just gave a kid a notebook and we're like, yeah, write a story, just whatever comes to mind. And I'm just like watching his story. I'm like, yeah, and then the guy shoots a fucking meteor and he's actually an alchemist, but then the guy's a ninja and he's gonna summon God and angels and they're gonna fight a giant zombie dude. Like, what is going on? I can't, like, real talk, I can't get invested in the show. No matter how cool the action is, I can't get invested if I have no clue who anybody is, what any of the factions are there for, and, like, this is, like, Index on steroids.
I mean, okay, so let's try breaking it down. Let's attempt to break this down. As much as we can. Like, clearly, is someone God, or a God. Because, you know, the whole thing about I forget what it's called. It's some Korean word. It's charyok? Charyok?
I think they said it earlier. I forgot what it was called, though.
Someone correct me if I said it incorrectly. So they use their powers because their powers are given to them by gods or some type of spirit. I guess Homeboy was just like, oh, well, we have that power to summon this variation of God or a god or whatever this god's supposed to be. I will say I forgot what the key is. They were fighting over the key.
Yes.
I think the key was inside EVILLL.
Is that the fox dude?
Yes.
Yes.
He was in front of him. Shark Boy also wanted the key for himself. Because he's like, bitch, I want the key. The key is going to make everyone strong. It's kind of like, oh, I can't say that. That's going to spoil something in Tower of God. Ironically, they're both red webtoons. But, excuse me. So yeah, the key fully awakens, comes out the dude. They look after the key for a bit. Then Shark Boy tries to get the key. I think Shark Boy doesn't ultimately end up getting it and puts it inside of himself, which makes him like super strong. And then he fights the main character. I forgot how that ended, if it did end.
You sound like a crazy person, Drew.
I know. I'm well aware. Oh, by the way, before all this happened, the Dumbledore Speedwagon dude, he transported everyone to like a different place. No, that wasn't him. That was the other dude with the shield, with the red shield, who can summon the red shield. He transported all the kids to a place so they can fight over the key.
Yes, I do remember that vaguely.
Yeah, without all the angels trying to kill them, quote unquote angels. Then everything I just mentioned before happened when they were in that isolated area. Back to where the god is. People were about to keep fighting. Oh yeah, they all started fighting the angels. That was pretty cool. Dope fighting scenes of them just all killing a bunch of angels. And then Harry Potter's grandpa, aka Dumbledore, arrives, teleports everyone, like all the living people, out of the area. And then basically, where did the nukes come from? Oh right,
where did the nukes come from?
No, US saw all this shit was happening, and they said fuck that, and decided to nuke the shit out of. I forget what the name of the place was. Is it Seoul? Was it Seoul?
I think it's in
Seoul. Or is it Jeju Island?
Oh.
It's one of those places. It's Jeju or Seoul.
It's in Korea.
So yeah, they just shot nukes at it because they were like, and then Homeboy, like I said, took all the nukes, turned them into Mount Rushmore, and blew up the quote unquote god. And I'm not sure if it killed or not.
Yeah. So the problem I have with the show, right, is that I'm sure all of this, if I read the webtoon or the manga, whatever the comic is based off of,
Does it all make sense?
It would make probably 10 times more sense than watching it. Because my guess is what they're doing is that my guess is this is one of those series where the plot is very, like, it's already very complicated. JoJo's not really complicated, but it's already a very convoluted and complex plot that's like really big, like Index. But then they're trying to condense it into 12 episodes, and they're trying to like rush through all of it to get through all the major fight scenes. So it just creates like a giant shit show where nothing makes any sense to anyone who doesn't like already have prior knowledge, or who hasn't already taken their time to read the webtoon.
Yeah, this show is like the complete opposite of JoJo / Hunter x Hunter, where Hunter x Hunter and JoJo's, it's the narrator goes like through painstaking efforts to explain what's happening. Like they will break down seconds into seconds into seconds, which in my opinion, actually, in a lot of cases, in most cases, it usually they do it in a way that's cool. It's like because it helps build tension and it helps build the story.
Those anime are well directed, so
yeah,
this one is not.
So there's that, and then there's JoJo's where I think they did it too much. Where they did it in a way where it's like a little like they did it through because all the characters themselves were narrating instead of just having a narrator do it. So it just felt really annoying. like for example, like Speedwagon. Oh my God, Joseph.
But I feel like for JoJo that plays into the over the
Like,
topness and silliness of it.
It is, but it was just obnoxious. Like it was obnoxious in the first season. Also, that Joseph or Joe or whatever his name is was the most boring one. But
oh, I know what this is. This is Umineko. This is the Umineko anime all over again. We're
oh my God!
This is literally we're just skipping everything to get to like the shock fights and shit. Like this is just like whatever. Fuck the source material. We just want to get to the parts of the really cool parts of the series.
You're right. Yeah, this is the complete opposite of those where they don't explain anything. There is very low narration and there is very low explanation. And they just give you the bare minimum so that you can just be like, oh wow, fighting.
Yes, pretty much. Which sucks because I thought that this show would have potential. Like Tower of God was such a good adaptation. I know people complain about it because parts like, all right, this compared to Tower of God, you're gonna kind of sit here and complain to me about the people who do complain about Tower of God. That was a poor adaptation. We have stuff like God of High School.
Okay, so here's my thing. With God of High School, I expected fighting, and while it went far past martial arts, it's still fighting, which is what I expected. So it's not like I didn't expect like a super amazing plot from this, especially in the first few episodes. That is my expectation. It didn't really, and it's living up to the expectation. Well, I didn't expect it to get crazy.
I didn't expect anything. It's living up to its expectations.
I expected it to I expected it to just give me like a lot of good serious fighting scenes, which I think they did.
I mean, yeah,
and still do. I mean, you have every right to ask for something like a plot.
All right, I know.
you have every right to ask for.
So,
like that.
This goes back to, and I'm gonna bring this back from the grave, the Danmachi season 2 argument we had, where you were like, "Oh, these fights suck," and then and I just remember saying it's not about the fight having good action; it's about the context of the fight. This is the exact opposite of that. Like all the fights are cool as hell, but there's no substance or any context to any of them, so it just feels like whatever. I'm just watching a bunch of lights go off. To me, I don't care how cool the fights look if there's no point to the fights. Likewise, your fight can be subpar looking, but as long as it's like there's serious, stakes in your fight, and I'm invested enough in the characters, I'll care a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting how we're very opposite on those ends, because I guess I'm a little biased because I didn't see the first season of Danmachi, but it's just for me, if you're not gonna have at least B- fight scenes, just don't make it fight. Just don't put the fighting in there. At that point,
cut the fights out of your anime.
They're just because it pained me because I didn't want to shit on it, but it literally just felt so amazingly.
You should actually watch season 1 of Danmachi. That actually has good fight scenes, and I don't know why season 2 kind of just dropped the ball with the fight scenes, but season 1 had good fight scenes.
Yeah, season 2. I'm talking about season 2 of Danmachi. But yeah, I totally understand how you feel about it. I don't know. Although I will to say real quickly, as someone who's watching the webtoons for Tower of God, I'm it was good, but holy, it's so that anime, if it does not, the next season does not have 25 episodes, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I think that's kind of what happened with this as well. Maybe there was just a lot more that they had to add. But because Mappa's we don't know how it's gonna be, so you just get 12 episodes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not ending up too great.
I'd be surprised if this got a second season, to be honest.
Yeah, this is if Naruto didn't make any sense.
We're just saying a lot.
This is if we took all the fights from Naruto, and then put them together.
This would be if episode 3 of Naruto was the Sasuke versus Naruto fight in the waterfall. All the rest of the plot of Naruto was just skipped just for that fight scene.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm personally looking forward to all of the crazy action. Like I think for me, I'm taking it so not seriously. I'm taking it as like a meme at this point.
Yeah.
I am looking at like Get No Guardian, so that's why I'm not mad at it anymore.
Fair enough.
But I will be more. I will be far more objective when I actually rate this.
Yeah,
anime.
I'm looking forward to you giving it a 9.
Oh, I do like the fighting. 10 out of 10.
It's a fighting anime. 9 out of 10.
All right. Let's move on to Kanajo Okarishimasu, episode 12.
Yes.
Yeah, 12. The finale.
Woo! Now this is drama I like.
Yeah. Is this my episode of the week? I don't know what my episode of the week is.
I know what my episode of the week is. This was almost my episode of the week, but
I think I might make this my episode. But I have to look at everything else. No, not quite. Not quite. Yeah, I'll make this my episode of the week.
It was a really good episode. It was really, really good. It had a lot of first off, leading off with the Ruka moment in the beginning was really nice. Like I like that Ruka actually has grown as a character and is like, I'm not gonna try to force myself on you anymore.
That was great. Yeah, we love to see the growth.
Except for Kazuya being like, oh yeah, maybe I'll take her seriously now and take her up on her offer to date me. Psych! I see Mommy and Chizuru walking by.
She was like, what are you about to say? And she was like, move, bitch.
Out of my face! You see Mommy right there? Right behind you?
Oh, poor thing.
Ruka.
Poor Ruka, indeed. But yeah, and of course, Mommy is just being a super mega bitch. Like,
she is, but I like it because she was actually intimidating in a few of these scenes.
Yeah, like that, like when she was like that scene where she's telling her to sing, or she gets up. I loved that. Was such a good effect. I actually I took a note where you hear the background music and you see her get up, and then she just drops the mic, and you hear the feedback, and the background music just cuts, and like silence, and she's just like, "Utate,"
yeah,
like
sick bitch.
Yeah,
I wish they had translated it that way. Yeah, no, she had like a lot of good effects. I like her general like just scumminess, you know, like when she was going against Chizuru and being like, I hate your fake ass smile and the way you're leading him on. I'm like, bitch, you do the same exact. You're the epitome of what you're criticizing Chizuru of.
Exactly. But
she's so I love to hate her. That's all. I just love to hate her.
Yeah, she's a really great character to hate. I'm looking through my notes. Yeah, and poor Chizuru. I did talk about her being morally gray. She definitely won her place back in my heart. Excuse me. She really went out of her way to give this piece of trash, who clearly doesn't deserve it. Like, she's really like begging her to like give Kazuya a second chance.
Yeah, I liked her little her thing on the bridge, just saying like, "Do you ever consider that he might be the person to make you happy and all that?" And and, like the close up on Mommy's face and like her eyes are just like piercing. Like, oof, I like everything about Mommy's just.
Yeah, you just see the light go out of her face.
Yeah, facial
when
expressions.
Chizuru says that, and she's like, she literally just doesn't know how to react to that, so she's just like, "That's none of your business."
I was half expecting a School Days moment, like Mommy pulls out a fucking knife and stabs Chizuru or something.
Oh my god, I hope.
Stay the fuck away from Makoto. I mean Kazuya. But yeah, no, I think it was a perfect way to wrap up the season, especially because they did the whole fake out at the end where he was like fake confession, which fuck you, Kazuya.
Yeah, Kazuya, how dare you? Like all you have to say is that yes, I like you. All you have to say is I like you.
Yeah, but then we want to get a season 2 because the show has been like, yes, I like you too.
I mean, he was all right this episode himself. Like, besides the whole thing with Ruka at the beginning, yeah. That aside, he was right because he realized that he was like, at least he's being aware. Like he's as of right now, he's not actively like trying to obviously do something so stupid and scummy.
Yeah, and there was a bit at the end where they were like going over all the characters and their epilogues or whatever, and you do see Mommy in a car with another guy. So I'm wondering what that's about.
I think she might become a rental girlfriend.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like, I didn't think about it when I first saw this episode, but then I watched it because she was talking about, it seems like such a thing that I can do. I'm like, wow, that's actually great because you're really good at being fake.
Yeah, you're a fake bitch. You'll be perfect.
Exactly.
Oh, I wish Chizuru had said that. Oh my god, I love Chizuru. She fucking called her out on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for season 2. I'm so glad it's getting a season 2. I want more Sumi. I want more Mommy's bitchiness, and I want more perfect Chizuru.
Indeed. I don't think I have anything more.
Well, we have to rate it.
Oh right, we do have to rate it. I give it a 9.
Ooh, pretty high. 8.5.
I give it a 9 because it just this anime just does what I want. Like, it's a good drama. It literally just does. It's just really solid at doing what I need it to do. It invokes good.
It is really good.
It has a very quote unquote good main character. A good MC heroine. A great antagonist that you love to hate. Like, the whole point of dramas is that they're supposed to pull the emotions out of you, and that's why I felt every episode. Like, I always felt a way, whether it's the main character, whether it's Mommy. Like me, I'm addicted to that feeling of just like, oh my god, everyone's just so fucking trash. Like, I'm addicted to that feeling when I watch a drama. So, and that's what I'm looking for, and it delivered. So, and that's just why I love it. Like it really, there was never really an episode where I was like, man.
Yeah, like, it was good all the way through, to be honest.
Yeah, there was never a weak episode, honestly.
And I agree. This was like the epitome of like I want to say teen drama, but they're in college. But like, trashy drama where it's just like relationship drama and stuff. And it did it in such a very fun and like a way even somebody like me who doesn't like these types of shows genuinely can enjoy and appreciate. So I would say the only reason I'm liking it in 9 is because it didn't do the super drama thing where it like tugs at my heartstrings or anything, which I don't know if that's that type of show that this is, but this is as high as the rating goes for me for these types of dramas. So
yes, we will take it. Indeed. Yes, until next time, Chizuru.
Yes.
Until next time, Kozia.
Wait for us, Chizuru.
Fuck you, Mommy. And that is it for Kanojo Okari Shimasu Season 1.
Yes.
Now, it's time for us to say goodbye to yet another anime. Uzaki-chan Wasabi Tai, episode 12.
Hey, with the fake out.
With the fake out, yep.
I knew it was gonna be it got too dark too suddenly. Yeah, I'm glad it was a fake out. Like, it was too much of a tonal shift. Right? I'm like, oh, this better not be yet another subversion of the usual comedy tropes.
Exactly. I feel like they definitely did it, like, super on purpose.
They definitely,
like, they know that
100%.
they knew that that's a thing that's done in anime a lot, and they're like, oh my god, we're about to do it too, and they're like, just kidding.
Psych. And I appreciated that this episode wasn't actually any more or less impactful than the other episodes. Like, usually shows like to go out of their way to like make the last episode something crazy, which was what this episode was trying to parody, but this was just like another just chill, fun episode that could have just been any point in the series. And I'm like, oh, cool, I'm here for this.
Basically. Although it was very weird that, Zaki was trying to get him drunk on purpose to do bad things. Guys, don't do that. Don't be Uzaki. Don't be Uzaki.
Hey,
Not follow her example.
she's being friendly. They're friends.
Yeah. No. It is not a good habit to do. There's a quick PSA. But yeah, so then but it works, even though she is like, I would say it almost ends up backfiring because he says something. He's like, "I love." I don't know why she hop skipped and jumped to that conclusion. Honestly, like,
well, she was, in her defense, she was also a little tipsy too. So
and then she just killed herself, figuratively, through alcohol. And yeah, she drank, and then they both blacked out.
They slept together, literally.
Oh my god, that guy was so smooth about it, and I knew exactly what he was doing.
He's such a bro. I love him. Much appreciated.
I mean, he wasn't doing that to be a bro. He was doing that to cause more drama. Like,
to the benefit of his bro. So.
Yeah. PSA: don't do what he did.
Here we go with Drew being the fucking wet blanket on entire show.
Yes, don't try to put two blacked out people together in the same bed who are members of the opposite sex.
No,
straight.
No fun allowed, even among friends. Rawr.
Yeah, okay. And then we wake up when your friend wakes up to that rape charge. I don't want to hear shit. But yeah, so that was very funny. Yeah, and then the whole consequences of that happening are hilarious. Like the moment Uzaki tells the owner, he literally closes the store, gives them both cakes, and he's like,
"Yeah, I love it.
Oh, spill the tea, sis.
We're closing. We got to figure this out. We got to get to the bottom of this."
Man, that was.
I love the owner and Ami. Yeah.
Yeah.
The little bit in the beginning was also cute. The past Uzaki, like going into her relationship with Senpai in high school.
I mean, it was a thing. Like, I was like, all right.
It was cute.
Yeah. It was there. Like, I could have done without it, honestly.
Wow, Drew does not like character development. Got it.
I mean, it wasn't. It was just a quick scene where she's like, "Oh my god, I'm, doing the swim club, whatever she was in the swim club. Here's this second year guy. Hi, I'm Sakurai with the scary face." The end, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's a thing.
Fine.
Yeah, and I love how eventually Uzaki started remembering. If you remember, he said like love something, and she was like, "Oh my god, no, I'm gonna hold on to that memory." I love when she gets really in her feelings about like her crush on Sakurai.
Yeah, she see, this is just like a genuinely, as opposed to Oregairu, this is a genuine feel good show. That I don't know, just like every second I watch it, I just like love their relationship. I want to see more of their just little cute moments together. The ending was really cute as well. The whole, it comes full circle and she sees him in the courtyard of the college. And they do the little thing again. He's like, "We'll always be together." It was cute.
Oh yeah, that was cute. And then she gets on him. Man, she really is me. I hate it. Uzaki is me.
And we love it. All right, so rating.
All right, should we have to rate the show?
Oh, I'll go first because we did it last time.
Yeah.
I'm 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. Genuinely funny show. Above average. Yeah, it was very funny. Just like, I can't think of anything negative to say about it, except for that one episode. But other than that, it's just a genuine feel good show that just is fun to watch, and it's funny and has cute, interesting characters, and you can turn off your brain for a minute and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like the top tier comedy or anything, but
yeah, but it's definitely like, it's cute. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like, I am liking this.
And I look forward to season 2, which hopefully we'll see Uzaki's sister, who I know is a member of the manga. So I want to look forward to that. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed. All right, let's move on to fruits baskets. Fruits basket. It's not plural. The basket is singular. Season 2, episode 25. The last episode.
This is my episode of the week.
I knew it.
It was cool. It was so good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It snatched my wig a bit.
Talking about codependence and toxic relationships. Holy shit.
Woo!
The what's his name? Kurino? Yeah, Kurino's relationship with Akito is the
epitome.
That is the elite toxicity. Their fucking relationship is like exuding nuclear fallout.
Not nuclear fallout.
I do love it though, because like it serves a couple of purposes. Like, one, it shows that somebody's broken the curse, so now Toru has somebody to work with to break can learn from how to break the curse, or she knows it's possible. But also it just shows, like, it goes to show that Akito is not just like his manipulation isn't just that he's, oh, I'm the god of the zodiac. It's like, no, she is so manipulative that like, it's in her being. Like, she just can manipulate people without even needing the curse on her side. She's just that manipulative. So I think it's just a very interesting point about her personality.
Yeah, but I do think I don't know. I think low key, like, losing the link kind of fucked her up.
I mean, yeah,
like,
that for sure.
I think that, like, it was like I would go so far to say that's potentially could be one of the reasons why she turned to the dark side, because, like, losing a link was so sudden. Like, she did not, like, she freaked out. I'm like,
yes, as opposed to the normal chill Akito who does not freak out.
But I thought she was cute when she was a child. Like, she was just.
But yeah, but was she still how long into her child? Like, was this pre-abusive Akito or post-abusive? Like, I don't know at what age.
We don't know the timeline, but I'm saying because you don't know the timeline, it hasn't been established. I feel like I can make an argument that this could have been the trigger that sent her, like, down the dark path. Because it's like, what does it mean to you? Like, if you don't have your link, if you're meant to be, like, the quote-unquote god of the, like, if that's your whole existence, and then someone who's super close to you, that you felt the bond in your soul, and all of a sudden it's gone. Like, you know, I feel like that's almost an attack on her entire, like, existence. Or she took it as such, and she just couldn't, you know.
Yeah, handle it.
Yeah, she couldn't handle it. Like, imagine if someone who's just like, I'm trying to think of a very relatively simple example. For men who have erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
No, the point.
This is a great analogy, but okay.
The point is that that's just something that they can't help. Like, eventually, it just is a thing that happens in men's body. But, you know, for the woman, they can feel a type of way, even though it has nothing to do with them. But they're gonna start thinking stuff like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to be with me. Maybe he doesn't think I'm pretty anymore. Maybe he doesn't insecurity. I think, you know, Akito has a similar feeling of, like, damn, like, we're supposed to be connected together, and I felt that, in my soul, and now it's just gone. Like, could have been me. Could I have done something bad? Like, you know, she definitely could have blamed herself.
So what you're saying is Akito needs Viagra.
I knew you were gonna say something that fucking stupid.
Listen, no, fuck off. Akito does not deserve sympathy. I do not appreciate you trying to humanize Akito right now.
I never said she deserves sympathy. I am just thinking of a reason as to what caused her to feel such like to go to the dark side, and I'm saying this could have been a potential trigger.
Probably.
That's all I'm saying.
I still don't care. Fuck her.
Fair.
But this was the first time. Like, is it the first? I think this is at least the first thing I can remember where I genuinely felt like, holy shit! It really sucks for the Zodiac members to not be able to like they can't go out
like
and form relationships. Yeah, like clearly Kurino just wants to be with what's her name, Toru's friend, but
yeah,
he just like feels so guilty about leaving Akito and everything. Like, it must suck to not even be able to go out and just like fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with, or just like be yourself, just because this manipulative asshole is like clinging on to you.
And then also just the curse in general.
Yeah, the curse in general. And I would imagine if the other Zodiac members knew that Kurino got rid of the curse, they would super resent him for staying around with Akito.
Yeah, like Shigure.
Yeah, like Shigure. Precisely.
Yeah, Shigure was like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
what the fuck is wrong with you? I have a feeling Shigure is gonna spill the beans because he was talking with that with what's his name, the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he will. I mean, he may not come from his mouth, but he'll make sure people know, just like he did. It's like he did with Toru and what's his face? With Toru manipulating Toru into meeting up with Kureno.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah, he really.
This episode just cut really deep. Even though I will take points off because there was no Kyo in this episode. You had a season finale without Kyo in it.
That is true.
What?
That is true. How dare they?
But the points get added back because Rin's outfit was fucking top tier. So
fuck Rin.
Rin had a great outfit.
She did. She always has a great. She has impeccable taste.
Mm-hmm.
But still, fuck Rin.
Oh, Rin is great.
No, she's a bitch to Toru.
Well, they're friends now.
No, you still have to be nice to her. Fuck it. I don't care. You have to be nice to Toru. You can be a bitch to everyone. I'm fine with her being a bitch to everyone else but Toru. And maybe the little kids.
I think she's fine with the little kids. She's not that. I don't think she wouldn't.
She's trying to the little kids. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Who is it? Hiro? Like, oh, did I say something wrong? Hiro, you dumb, stupid bitch. Like, meanwhile, he's at like a clean 7 years old. And like, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Either way, this was I think a great way to end off the season, and it sets up a very good segue into the next season, which will be next year, which I'm sure we'll cover on the podcast, just like we covered these 2 seasons.
Oh my god, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. So good.
Alright, shall we move on?
You have to rate
it. Wait, we have to rate it.
Yeah.
You first.
Oh man.
It's hard, isn't it?
This one's hard. It was I might. Oh wait, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm giving it a 9.5.
I knew it.
I'm giving it a 9.5. I'm sorry. This whole season, very much like Rent a Girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
What is very, 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 very few episodes where it missed. Very, very, very few. I feel like, you know, it was very hot and cold for the first season, but second season, just consistently go, 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 go.
Yeah.
There's really just I literally have to search in my brain for a moment where I'm just like, oh, this is a little bit, so I watch like it built up. Like, I felt like season 1 walked so season 2 could like fly.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah, season one was all of the build up and the setup, so that season two can just be like, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
see,
here.
we are changing everyone's characters, and everyone's going through stuff, and introducing more characters. And everything's sad. Fuck Akito.
Yeah, I'm also giving it a 9.5 because I can genuinely say, even though this isn't the most obviously the most fun show to watch, and it's not like every week I was like, yes, I can't wait for Fruits Basket, because I know that there's a lot of times where it's like depressing, and I'm like, oh god, depression. I will say that each and every episode did make me feel something, and I think this is like some of the best written characters, the best written like dialogue and drama and interactions with all these characters and just plot, like from all of those perspectives and angles, just knocked it out of the park. So it's hard for it to do. If it manages to top itself next season, holy shit, this might be like my favorite drama of all time. But they did a great job.
Fantastic. And I would actually say something that this season had that season one did not have was definitely they upped their game in the comedy department. Do you remember me saying in season one how I never understood why this was like tagged the comedy when it wasn't really that funny? Now I get it. Now it's here.
Yeah.
Now the comedy is here. There were some moments, and I would say for most episodes where they would do something and I would legit just laugh.
Yeah. There like the Cinderella play is the best example I can think of.
Exactly.
That was fucking hilarious.
That was so funny.
Yeah, there was a few episodes that were just like in between all the drama segments, they actually managed to make it a very good comedy from here and there.
Exactly. Like it was just so great. And then of course the ending, you're just like, boom, Akito's a woman. Boom, Kureno broke the curse. But, like, yeah, so there was no killing it, but this is enough where I'm fine. Like, yeah,
they dropped bombs.
Y'all gave me plenty. Y'all gave me plenty.
Yes. Oh, so good. I cannot wait for the next season.
Indeed. It was very, very, very good job. Job well done, etc., etc. I'm very pleased as a whole.
Cool.
All right. Oh, also, before I go, they also made Yuki's character like actually like enjoyable.
That's the biggest accomplishment.
That's exactly. They actually made me like Yuki. So I was like, yes. And then they made Kyo soft, and like him with Toru. Those moments just send me. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I just had to add that little part in. Like, that's understandable. I would just keep talking about how great that anime is. So let's go on to our last anime of the night, which is to Aru no Railgun T, episode 25, which is also the finale.
Yes. Although the finale bit of this episode, like the actual wrap up of a fight, was pretty quick.
She just said, "Yeah, you can kill me.
Yeah, kill me, please." Oh, okay, I'm dead.
Thanks.
I did appreciate the arc. I think it was an interesting arc, very Ghost in the Shell ish, and you know, like the way story was told.
What is a song?
I did like the. I think my biggest takeaway from this whole arc in this episode, though, was I really loved the other group.
The scavengers.
The scavengers, yeah, I really loved their group.
Yeah, no, they're pretty. Yeah, I like them a lot.
They got a badass chill leader. They have little fun, silly interactions with each other. They're cute. Yeah,
where ROD girl starts stripping off like other chick with the black hair.
Friction girl.
It was just hilarious. Like, so I if there's another season,
or if they get their own spin-off.
Yeah, I would like to see more of them.
To Aru no Scavenger, come on.
To Aru no Scavenger, yikes.
But yeah, no, the rest of this episode,
excuse me.
The evil doctor shooting the girl or whatnot. I think it's interesting that the cyborg exists within what's her name's dreams now. I think that was a pretty nice way of like killing her, but not really killing her.
Exactly.
So that was cute. Seeing Shokuho interact with Kuroko and the rest of the team was really nice. Like this show and this season in general has just been a really nice mix of interesting and fun characters with like really cute and nice interactions and good action. And I think this episode like kind of just had all of that, except the action. There wasn't much action, but
Yeah.
you know, we had that last episode, so I'll let that pass.
I'm trying. So there's a comment from 1993 Espada. Basically he's
like the resident expert in Tuaru.
Yes. And he his case is still that indexes the better theories. But and I understand why, because basically he's like saying the story's more contained and blah 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 blah. Yes, I just want to make it clear as to why we feel the way we feel. This anime, unlike Aru, makes sense. It makes sense. It's if I can find a way to kind of bring it back, I would compare Aru, the main series, to like God of High School.
All right, well, it's a little better than that. Yeah.
Well, no, in terms of like what's going on, I don't know. Like it didn't start that way, but it sure as hell ended that way. I can equally tell you the plots of both because they both make just as much sense to me in both in season 3 or in God of High School.
I wish that the Index's like series had what is the director different or something? Like, there's got to be a reason why one is so well paced and the other one is just so like all over the place. You know, because I would imagine Index has a higher budget, right? So I don't understand why it's like it's like their main thing. Why is Railgun so better paced? I mean, I know it's a more self-contained story, but I don't know. I really wish that they would just like swap teams or something, or like give Railgun or give Index more time. Because I agree with Espada in the sense that if Index was actually properly told in the anime, unless I go and read the light novel, which I'm not going to do. Well, maybe I will. I do really appreciate the series. But if Index was properly told in like well-paced stories and everything, it has the potential, I think, to be up there with like the top of the top in terms of anime. But it's just so shoddily told that it's like, oh, everything is random.
Exactly. Like I believe when Espada says Index is a better story. I actually can believe that because there's just so much happening, and it feels like it has to make season 3 where it goes from place to place to place to place with everything. I can tell that's like, yes, the source material was long, like very much like Uminaka. Like, source material was long, and we're trying to make this into 25 episodes.
Yeah.
Which you can't.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Or you can, you just have to...
You would have to, contain it better. Like, see how Index... Or like, Railgun was 25 episodes, but it, like, was only, 2 arcs or something, I think? It was 2 arcs.
It was 2 arcs.
And I would imagine these arcs are much smaller arcs than the things that was going on in Index with that World War III and all the craziness that they were doing. So... Like, if they contained Index to, like, hey, Season 3 is going to be, 2 arcs, or an arc, or something, I think they could pull it off.
Exactly.
But then you would have, 20 seasons of it.
I mean, but I would prefer that. If each season's good, I wouldn't care. Then it would just be like watching another Hunter x Hunter, or JoJo's, or whatever, which, if it's done right, who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
So yeah, I just want to talk about that comment, because I look at that comment and I'm like it'd be good to elaborate. Elaborate. I don't want you guys thinking that oh yes, this story is so much superior to the Index one. It's just this story just makes sense.
It's better directed. Yeah. So should we rate it? You have anything else you want to say about the episode?
Let me check my notes real quick. No, I think I'm good. Yeah, we can rate it.
This season I'm giving it 8.5. I think it was a really solid above average series. Great action overall. I still remember the fight between friend that makes you rest in peace and crazy bomb girl or crazy sniper girl. So there was a lot of good action. I really enjoyed the story arcs that they went with. The characters are great. I love Shokuho. I think she's like my new, probably favorite girl in Index overall. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I like more than her. No, I think Shokuho might be my favorite. It'd be a tie between Shokuho, Kuroko, and Misaka. I love all three of them. So we got introduced to a bunch of new interesting characters. Like, I just love this series. It's just a really fun, action-packed series. And I think this is like, if you want a show to binge watch, and you like action and you like comedy, go with Railgun. Go with Railgun. Just binge all 3 seasons.
Yeah. I was gonna give it an 8, but I think you talked to an 8.5.
Yeah.
Like you said, because as you kept talking, I started remembering the more epic fighting scenes. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember it all. This was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I basically only said everything that I would have said. Just very solid show overall, very enjoyable. Good fights, good characters, good story, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Good job.
So go watch it, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, we're done with the weekly review. It's time for the filler arc. I was going. So I was, and this is kind of oversight on my part. I was gonna ask what was your favorite series this season, but we're not. The point's kind of moot only because we have like just one. Oh, we have ReZero. Is ReZero the only? Oh, we have ReZero and got out of high school.
For what?
Like those two have to finish.
Yeah.
So I'll probably like put a pause on that question until next week.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to briefly bring up that I find like this people's opinions about Mommy are gotten very weird. Like, I was on Twitter today, and I wish I saved the tweet. I was trying to look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can find it if I just like type in Mommy.
Wait, is this like a good take or a bad take?
See, and that's the thing. And that is the thing. Mommy rent a girlfriend. Girlfriend. Anything? Okay, so yeah, I found it.
Mm-hmm.
So, someone that follows us on Twitter, he retweeted something saying, "Oh, look at this." Like he's screenshotting someone kind of who's a quote unquote mommy defender.
Uh-huh.
And the guy who tweeted it was like, "Oh, this person says it's quote unquote not that serious about disliking mommy friend's a girlfriend," but then posts the novel with this bullshit LMFAO, and it's actually literally like a short essay.
What, defending mommy?
Yes. So here's my issue with the whole mommy thing. Mommy is a character that's made to, you're supposed to hate her. Yeah. You're really supposed to hate her. I'm gonna send you the tweet too, just for reference. Like, look at it together. You're supposed to hate her. However, something that people do, and this person mentions it in this essay.
Mm-hmm.
um, he mentions the fact that like the VAs get like death threats, which is not something that's unfortunately like kind of common.
Mm-hmm.
And to that, I agree with this guy who's going on this rant. I'm like, yes, you should not be, you know, threatening your voice act. Homegirl's just doing her job. Like, it's not. It's. She is not mommy. Mommy's not this person. So I agree with him on that. I'm skimming through everything else he's saying. It's pretty like this. See, this is where they lose me because he's going out his way to be like, oh my god, don't just post stuff about like how much you hate mommy. Da 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 da.
I think it's a cultural thing, like Japan.
It is a cultural thing because this person's saying he's saying this is from Western people.
Yeah, meaning he's clearly not American. He's clearly Asian. The whole like it's just a cultural thing. Like I remember watching a video about somebody. He does videos in Japan, but he's like British, and he was like the reason that he hates Japanese television is because culturally there's this thing in Japan where everyone has to be nice and polite and non-confrontational, and so even if you don't like something or you hate someone or whatever, you can't say that to them and you can't say it out loud. And he used the example of like Gordon Ramsay. He's like, think of like how Gordon Ramsay's popular in UK and the US because he tears everyone to shreds and he fucking hates everything and everybody. But something like that in Japan would never fly because that is such a culture shock to them. Like, no, you have to be nice to everybody. So I think that's kind of what this is going to. Like, whoa, you can't just openly say you hate someone. That's rude. So I kind of think it's just like a cultural.
Okay.
We love hating on things in America. You know.
We really do. We really do. But she's meant to be But that's the thing. She's meant to be hated. Like I would feel like that's very
obvious.
Ugh. Not obvious. Like that's very almost contradictory. Of like, you know. Yeah, I'm trying to pick my words very carefully. I get to quote it and I hate it. It is very it's very interesting. That's like if that's the truth, then why would you? What's the point of having such a negative character if you can't go out of your way to like voice your displeasure?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say
like
the whole point is to dislike her and like see how trash she is as a person.
Exactly. Like she is a very not good. Like if it was someone who's like, oh, it's kind of like, oh, I'm kind of like I am a bad guy, but you know, I just it's because X, Y, and Z happened to me, and it's like I have reasons why I'm a bad guy and blah blah blah, or I'm an anti-hero, blah blah blah. It's one thing if it was like that. I can understand, but like she's literally meant to be despised. So I don't know. This I guess because he is from Asia, from some part in Asia or some Asian country, he doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I just find
I think he just doesn't get the fact that a lot of the hate and stuff is just like a meme.
It is a meme. It is very meme.
People saying they hate mommy and she's from the street. It's because it's a meme.
Yeah.
I will say I don't agree with if she is getting death threats. Don't do that. There's actors in like the guy from Game of Thrones. What's his name? You know the shitty kid, the king. Joffrey's
Joffrey.
Actor. Joffrey's actor always he gets typecasted as evil bastard dude now all the time, and like he sees people anytime people see him they actively some people will hate him.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
That's crazy.
Like you guys know it's pretend, right?
Yeah, it's just a story. It's fake. He doesn't actually kill Ned Stark.
Exactly. Kando Karishimas isn't even real. That's they're 2D characters.
No, trust me, it depresses me every day knowing that Chizuru is not real.
You know what? Same. That is very fair. Unfortunately, there are plenty of mommies walking around.
The street is full of mommies. Not enough Chizurus.
not enough cheese juice, none indeed. But yeah, no, that was basically it. Like everyone is basically just saying like, you know, like if you type in "mommy wants a girlfriend," it's everyone, you know, everyone basically saying like, I hate like, oh, I dislike mommy. Like basically, that's what everyone's saying. And then of course that's one guy who's like, oh, well, I love mommy because I don't know, I want her to step on my pee pee. Like,
I mean, I think it's fine to like mommy for like fap reasons. I get like porn reasons. Like, yeah, so you want
don't worry. Yes, I will judge you, but like I won't like think any less of you.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm out here waiting for some mommy dojins, trust me.
I was gonna say we all are, but I'm not. But yeah, no, that was it. That was my pillow arc. I just wanted to talk about the whole mommy thing and also remind people to like, if you are one of them extreme people who really hate her because she's such a terrible person, remember her voice actor is just doing her job. Don't take it out on her. Don't be a dick.
Precisely.
And that's it.
All right. In that case, I shall take us away. If you guys enjoyed this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch this podcast as it goes up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and follow us on Discord. If you want, you can even join our Patreon or join us on YouTube or become a sub on Twitch to get yourself some awesome perks like all these lovely people on screen right now. You get to vote on what show we'll watch next season, which is very important because we will be having a winter or fall preview guide going up soon where we'll pick shows that we're going to cover in next season's podcast. So if you want to get in on that voting action, and if you want to watch one of the shows with us every week during our live watch, then do consider doing that. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I just hope that you guys are all having a good whatever part of the day you're having. And if not, tomorrow will always be better. Wear a mask, wash your hands, watch some good anime.
Wise words. Until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Scooby-Doo.
We'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.